Good morning. It's 4:56 on Aloha Friday. We started work today at 3:30. We came in and we got the truck up and running, and then found our first container movement, which was a load of Del Monte product, but it's not the. It's kind of like the powdered Del Monte seasonings, that kind of stuff. Brought it down here to the big grocery store distribution warehouse, put it on dock 29. Then we ran over here to 7-Eleven to, this is the 7-Eleven inside the Campbell Industrial area. Very busy all the time. All the time you have to wait in line. So, filled up the cup of coffee, got my favorite wiener musubi. The two combined, that's $3.92. Just to give you an idea of cost of living in Hawaii. But the big news is Amazon delivered my favorite suction mount. So we got you hooked up to the suction mount today on the window. Of all the mounts I've used over the years, this is my favorite. The problem is it's a little underpowered for the weight of this camera, so eventually it wears out quite quickly. So I have two of them now, and I have another one that's broken. I'm trying to fix it. I haven't tried yet though, but my plans are to fix it. Yeah, we dropped off our first run, and I have a note here to head out to the grocery store in Waianae to pick up the full load that we dropped off yesterday, pick up the empty container, bring that back to the shipping terminal. I'm hoping this early in the morning they emptied it, because it'd be a shame to drive all the way out there and not be empty yet. That's what we're doing this early time in the morning. It's still dark 30. Making our way out to Waianae. Well, we had to wait around for about half an hour, but the shipping terminal finally opened up at 7 o'clock. They're on a modified schedule today, so they'll open at 7, then they'll close at 11:15, and then they'll reopen at 1, and then they'll close at 3:45. Meanwhile, the rest of us just have to make do and work around all that. That's what we call union privilege. And at this particular terminal, I think that happens 3 days out of the week. It's only when the ships are in, like on a Monday and Thursday, that they don't close for lunch. But we made our way back from Waianae with the empty container and kind of strip it off at strip pile 6, stack 6. This is why I like the suction cup, because I can, it's a little tiny suction cup and I can stick it just about anywhere. So it makes for a lot of great and a variety of different angles. this morning. I spent all that time cleaning the windows this morning. Now we'll find a empty stall to park our chassis, and then we'll give the tower a call to find out where our next container is located, because I don't have a location. But yeah, our next movement is a load of air conditioning parts headed up to the air conditioning distributor in the airport industrial area. Like the first easy run we've had in a day and a half. Well, we dropped off our air conditioning can at the airport industrial. I had one more container to pick up out in IAEA from an audio-visual company, AV company. It's inter-island shipping container going to one of the neighbor islands. Guess they have a venue over there somewhere. But dispatch said run over here to the shipping terminal and pick up this load of tile product and deliver that first, and then go pick up that AV equipment. Take it back to the inner island shipping terminal. So that's what we're doing. Waiting for the loader. Yeah, already moved one container out of the way. It's headed back now. Three full pages on the community list, but the majority of it is just empty to be picked up. It looks like it should be a fairly easy day, I think, once we get the deliveries made. And get this locked onto the chassis and outgated. It's going up to a distributor in the Halava Valley. So Halava sits right next to IAEA. Works. Good dispatching. This is the the tile product up there in Halava. Now we're over here in Pearl City. This is Ka'ahumanu Street. Ka'ahumanu was the favorite wife of King Kamehameha the Great. Ka'ahumanu is also the street I live on. Ka'ahumanu is also the dividing point between Pearl City and Aiea. So on this side of the road, we're in Pearl City. I live in Pearl City. We go to the other side of the road, you're in Aiea. That's where our pickup is. As you can see, the haze is quite heavy today. After 2 weeks of this, my sinuses have just toughened up, I think. Sometimes you just got to give the sinuses a workout, and then eventually, but yeah, waking up in the morning, it's a lot of hacking and nose blowing, but once I get past that, I'm all right, it seems. But right down ahead here, about less than a quarter of a mile, there's a little strip mall on the left, and I think that's where we're going. I've been there a few times before, that's why I think that's the spot. I didn't really check it to make sure on the map book. Okay, I don't see it on this side of the building. It must be on the other side. There it is. Get all hooked up and pre-tripped and check the seals and get the paperwork going. Take this into the inter-island shipping terminal. It says it needs to be there before 12 and it's 9:20. Yeah, the life of a trucker in Hawaii. So we took that AV equipment into the inter-island shipping terminal. Checked in with dispatch. And they had a full 20-foot container full of, more than likely, limes. Went to a produce market about a mile and a half away. But the delivery's not until 2 o'clock and it's 10:20 right now. Unfortunately, the inter-island shipping terminal is going to close at 12 today because they have a not a driver's meeting, but an employee meeting at 12 o'clock. So they're going to shut down half day at 12 o'clock, go home after that. Which I kind of find interesting because we have monthly safety meetings, we call them, at our yard. And we come in at 5 o'clock in the morning so that we're done by 6 o'clock, so that we don't disturb the deliveries to all of our customers. The ILWU, or the Longshoremen, which is, by the way, the strongest union in the world, they have their meeting at 12 noon and then go home early on Friday. And so we got to get these limes out of their terminal before they close so that we can deliver them after 2 o'clock. So we're just going to take it back to our yard, and because it's a refrigeration unit, it's got to be plugged in. We'll plug it in, and around 2 o'clock we'll deliver it. Of course, then we won't have any place to take the container afterwards because they're closed. So we'll have to hold on to it till tomorrow. The inter-island terminal is open half day on Saturdays. take it in tomorrow. But yeah, taking it back to our terminal. Hopefully get it on the dock 10, 11, or 12 so we can get it plugged in. After that, it's lunchtime. So it's almost 12. What time is it? 11:27. 11:27. We just finished up lunch. We had some of those nasty carrots. Trying to get rid of what was left over the other night. So we're working on our 7th movement. This is a full 45-foot container full of it's like a styrofoam medium. It's the raw materials that this company uses to make the little clamshell plate lunch containers. That's what they do. The good ones, the ones made out of styrofoam, not the new biodegradable ones made out of paper that, you know, turn to mush. So we're delivering the medium. It goes next door to the factory. And then when they're done, it comes out like that. And just about every plate lunch takeout place on the island uses these things. But you would never believe where they came from sometimes, because this is we're just a little. This is Umi Street, one of the larger food distributors right at the end of the road here. It's only like 2 blocks long, 1.5 blocks long. But yeah, that's the factory that makes the product. Been working with them for as long as I've been with this company. So this is the same plastic distributor company that we delivered to every day down by the airport industrial. This is where I think this is where they started, and then they moved it down by the airport and started doing distribution for anything styrofoam or plastic related. And if you look around in your life, it is everywhere. So most of their stuff is, what would you call it, food safe. So it's designed to be in contact with food. So like if you go to the supermarket, you got the little styrofoam plate that has the little diaper, that has the piece of meat or fish wrapped in plastic. They sell all of that, the styrofoam, the diaper, the plastic. And again, that stuff's everywhere. But this is where it's generated, or where it all starts out. But that's what we're up to. We're gonna offload this. It takes only like 15-20 minutes. And then we'll check in with dispatch, because the shipping terminal's closed till 1 o'clock and it's not even 12. So my guess is we'll be taking this empty back to our terminal, which creates another problem because they can't use this can again. It's got a flat tire. Like I say, my job is so simple, but you wouldn't believe how difficult it is at times just to make things work. But that's where we're at, just digesting lunch here. So we went down to this, what would you call it? Furniture installers warehouse. These are the guys that reset the hotels. There's a bunch of them here on the island, because we have a lot of hotels. And you know, when a hotel decides to refresh, you know, upgrade its furniture and its decor, they have it's a lot of work. So I went down to the warehouse because it's right in the middle of the, we'll Mapunapuna area, not Mapunapuna, the Kaka'ako area. Picked up the empty, took it to the shipping terminal, dropped the empty, and then picked up a full and took that back to the warehouse. So that's what we've been doing. It's actually one of our more difficult spots because it's on a busy road and it's super tight. But I've done it a dozen times now, so it's getting easier. So once we finish that up, dispatch said, go ahead, come back to the yard and pick up this refrigerated 20 with the limes in it because it's 2:09 now. And we're going to head on down to the food distributor. Standby offload, it usually takes them like not even 10 minutes. And then we'll take the refrigeration unit back and they're going to use it for Lanai on Monday or Tuesday, whatever day Lanai is. So we'll just take it back to our yard, put it on, plug it in on dock 12, and then we got to figure out how to change the temperature. The temperature right now is set at 56, and we want to bring it down to freezing, or right at freezing. It's like 32. And I'm not sure how to do that with this particular unit because they don't have the instructions on the outside. But I do have Google, so maybe that'll work. That's what we're up to. This is actually, I think, the 11th movement of the day. Coming up on another 12-hour day. We started at 3:30. It's now 2:10. But this should go pretty quick, and I'm pretty sure this will probably be the last of it. We are scheduled to work this weekend on Sunday. Yeah, just stay out of my way. It actually makes cars move over when you get behind them. Yeah. Okay. Everybody makes fun of my moose car. What? No wonder. I got the interlock on. It doesn't shift well when the interlock is on. So yeah, so we'll get down here to the food distributor and put it on the dock. Stand by about 10 minutes. Take it back to our yard. Man, look at the haze. It is foggy. But notice the flags on top of the self-storage. That's good trade wind weather right there. Hopefully that'll blow this stuff out of here. The eruption that was happening, I think it was yesterday, finally ended last night. And so it'll probably take a day or two to get rid of this fog. This eruption's been going off and on about once a week. It lasts for like 24 hours and then it stops. It's on the internet. You can follow it on Lava Fountains of Hawaii, or Big Island Hawaii, I think is my favorite website to go to. So that's the food distributor straight ahead there, so that's where we're headed. That's it, shut it down. 417. Oh my goodness. 417. We are headed home. We came in at 3:30, so we've done a 13-hour day basically. We did 14 container movements on a 13-hour day. We drove 138 miles. It was a pretty good day. I enjoyed it. We overcame quite a few challenges today. That's always the case. For example, this after we dropped off the limes at the food distributor, we brought that container back. It's an inner island container, and we decided to use it for our helo run. And we have two helo runs, a SIT helo, which goes on the big Matson Shipping does that on their barges, and then we had the helo run, which was on the Young Brothers, the inner island. So we got two helo runs, and one of it's frozen, the other one's refrigerated. In other words, normally we would try to combine the two together, but what we did is we sent one the inner island route, another one with the big ship barge, and that was just figured out at the last minute. And then we got the containers into the shipping terminal just minutes before they closed. And after they closed, we still went and picked up another big box to bring back here to the yard. But we are done, headed home. We're gonna have pasta. I got some spinach raviolis and pasta to go with salad, and all the other leftovers. That's what's for dinner. Working with my brother, doing some baseball photography tomorrow, and then we'll be here on Sunday. I think we're going to be coming in the afternoon instead of the morning. But that is it for this day. Thanks for watching. Aloha.